All in, set to go. There they go, they're off and racing now. The Don Eduardo Skimmer missed the kick, got back by a margin. Up front and High Chaparral will take the lead here from the Don Eduardo Filiushka. On the outside then is Rosen Crown running third. They're followed then by Queen of Ur. Over on the outside as they work their way across is the Civics Colt. 2 lengths then to Big Jubilee, and out of business is Don Eduardo Skimmer. Continuing to gallop to the 600-metre marker now. And in charge is High Chaparral from Rosen Crown, and going around them the Civics. Queen of Oars right there as well. Just in behind then was Big Jubilee, and followed back now by Don Eduardo Filiushka. And the Don Eduardo Skimmer's about 8 lengths behind them. They're in the straight now in the centre, Rosen Crown from Queen of Ore. On the outside, here's a run very wide from Big Jubilee, and its inside is Civics. Making the front, Rosen Crown now from Big Jubilee and Queen of Ore in the centre. They're followed then by the Civics Colt, and further back then to the High Chaparral. Rosen Crown galloping away now from Queen of Ore. Rosen Crown beats Queen of Ore. Third, Big Jubilee, followed then by Civics. The next was the High Chaparral, and a gap away then to next over Don Eduardo Skimmer, and Don Eduardo Filiushka is last. Falkirk ready to go. Prioritise. They're off and racing for the 1,000 metres. The Falkirk just a little bit slow back there too with it as they settle. Prioritise. Fighting for the head, the Stravinsky. The mouth is wide open there. Up front though, and Shinko King make the speed here. From in second is the Darcy Brahma Colt. They're followed by Alarinda. She settles nicely third. A length away then to the Falkirk. On the outside is Prioritise, and still with the mouth wide open, racing very ungenerously, the Stravinsky. They've gone to the 600-metre marker now, and up front it's Shinko King. Going with it the Darcy Brahma and Buddy Lammis. They're followed through by Prioritise, given a little bit of space to come around them. In behind then was, as they enter the straight here, the Falkirk, and against the inside Alarinda, and 3 lengths away then to Stravinsky. They're into the straight now, and still in charge Shinko King. From on the outside, Darcy Brahma. Prioritise is galloping just on the outside. Against the rail then, or just off it, was Falkirk. The leader though is Shinko King from Falkirk, and followed then by Darcy Brahma, but Shinko King will win. Second, Falkirk. Third, over the line has been Darcy Brahma from Prioritise. A gap then to Alarinda, and last of all was Stravinsky, who raced ungenerously throughout. 4-year-old and above catch weight, 1,000 metres. They race from that 1,000 metre point. Good break to Madame Zeno, and right on there is Lapsa Glow. That's going to be the pilot from Madame Zeno second. Let Me Think from a wide draw, showing good speed to get up second, equal as they approach and pass the 800 metres. Baby G's in midfield. They're followed through then by Mr. Hare, who's one off. Against the inside, the Kashani, and 2 lengths away now, How Bad Do You Want It, Gelding. Lapsa Glow is the leader by 3/4 of a length from Let Me Think, who is travelling well. Against the inside is Madame Zeno. Mr. Hare on the improve. Back and behind is Baby G by a length or so from Kishani. And coming around them last was How Bad Do You Want It, Gelding. They head for home, 350 out, and Let Me Think is the leader. Outside of it then is Mr. Hare. Over on the fence is Lapsa Glow. They're followed through then by Madame Zeno. In behind come Baby G, and further back then the Kishani. The leaders Let Me Think here, coming towards the 100-metre marker. Hitting the chase, Baby G, and followed through then by Mr. Hare. Against the inside, Lapsa Glow's making late headway, but Too Good Let Me Think beat Lapsa Glow. Third over then, as they've crossed, has been Baby G. Mr. Hare is fourth. They're followed by Kishani, and the last 2 to go by would have been the How Bad Do You Want It, Gelding and Madame Zeno. Set and go. They're off from the 1,000 metres now, and Dancing Dragon got back with Private Dancer as they settle now. Front runner here is going to be XY Watt onto the speed from Flashman running second. Here comes the Bride as third. They're inside the 800 metres now. Going around them is Dancing Dragon pretty swiftly as well to be up about third equal. Back in midfield is the Sandtrap Gelding, improving smartly though. They're followed then by Private Dancer at the 600 metres, and the last is the Storm Creek. Continuing their gallop across the top where XY Watt's in front here. Here comes the Bride running second, followed through then by Flashman closer to the inside. Presented towards the outside is Private Dancer, and with it there too is Dancing Dragon. In behind them Storm Creek, and very wide and last is Sand Trap. They come halfway down the straight now, and in the centre XY Watt, challenged by Here Comes the Bride, and also coming after it now is Dancing Dragon. Right against the inside, Flashman is very competitive now. The leader in the centre is Here Comes the Bride. Coming after it quickly on the outside then as they hit the line was Dancing Dragon. That's the way they've finished. Not sure third. It's going to be XY Watt, and with it Flashman, then very wide Private Dancer, and a gap the other two, the Sand Trap and the Storm Creek. All set. Savabeel stands well with Nightclubs and Gilletta, and they're off and are racing already now. And first out, the Sand Trap mare. Mouth's open a little bit. She's keen to go on with it, Sand Trap. Took charge from Nightclubs and Savabeel running third. They're followed by Gilletta at the 800-metre marker. Back on the inside is Cosmic Boy. 2 lengths away, My Dragon Lady, and 4 lengths last then is Strategic Image Gelding. They gallop their way across the top, and the Sand Trap mare is pretty keen, all right. She holds sway, though. Nightclubs is settled second, travelling nicely for Miranda Dravitsky. 2 lengths away on the inside, then the Savabeel Gelding and Jonathan Riddell. Gilletta's on the outside. Coming from the tail is My Dragon Lady. Second to last, near the inside, Cosmic Boy, and through on the inside, gathering ground is Strategic Image, and it's got a bit of speed as well. The leader here is Sand Trap, but she wants to duck and dive a little bit. Outside is Nightclubs. Here's a run from Gilletta. Back on the inside, the Strategic Image, followed by Cosmic Boy. Further back, Savabeel and My Dragon Lady. Anything here as they come towards the distance, but Nightclubs the leader. Challenging on the outside, Gilletta. Nightclubs beats either Gilletta or Strategic Image. Close, those two. Right up behind then came My Dragon Lady, the Sand Trap mare in the centre, Cosmic Boy, and Savabeel Gelding will be the last one across the line.